Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Butterfly Spirit 314. So guys, today I wanted to do a video for you guys. And as it says in the title, it says texting and driving, how you can really hurt someone. So a lot of you out there, you really don't think a lot about when you're driving and you hear like a sound on your phone, alerting you of a text message. And the most natural thing you think to do is you want to check your phone to see who it's from. I mean, you could have applied for a job at a company you really want to work for, your all-time favorite company, that if you just get into that company, that you could, start start in an entry-level job to, work your way up to get into a career you really like of a lifetime. You can be getting a text from, your best friend. You can be getting a text from like your boyfriend about, dinner plans for like date night. You can be getting, a message from, your parents. Maybe you're picking your parents up from the airport or something like that, and they're sending you an important message and stuff. I mean, you may be getting a message from anywhere. It could be a notification from Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram. It could be from anything. But regardless of where the message is coming from on your phone, you have to think about the fact that when you're texting and driving, you're not aware of things that are going on around you. You're not aware that a young child of 5 years old just ran out into the street, and that if you're not paying attention, you could hit that child. You're not aware of that. You're not aware that a elderly, parent of someone's walked out into the streets and they're walking because the street sign says for them to do so, or the signal says for them to do so. And because you're looking at your phone, so interested in reading the message, you don't realize that you're going to hit that person. Okay. What you don't realize is when you're checking your phone, you don't realize that your young child ran out into the street and into busy traffic, and somebody has just hit them. Okay. The thing I want you guys to take away from texting and driving is that reading that text, I know it seems important. I know you can't help but get, the news you've been waiting for. I mean, who doesn't want to get news about getting the offer for a brand new job? Who does not? Everybody wants to, you want to know the latest up-to-date news. Of course you do. But you can get that same news when you get home, and you go up to your apartment or into your house. Then you can look at all your notifications. I know there's a temptation to look at your phone and want to see what's going on with other people. I know that, but realize that you're endangering somebody's life, because with text messages, they can be really long. And if you're trying to get to the main point of something and you're driving, you may not know that there's a truck in front of you about to strike your vehicle. Nobody thinks like that. I mean, when I was growing up, nobody was on their phones like that, but now everybody's on their phones because they want to get, they want to be up on the latest news, on the latest trends or whatever, and I know it's tempting because everybody is so deep, not everybody, but most people are deep into social media. Most people are. So, they want to know when their latest celebrity does something, or their favorite rock band, does something, or, they're, some type of political leader in their, city does something or whatever. I mean, I get that. But the thing is you don't know what's in front of you. My fiance pointed out that, and this happened to us, and this is why I'm making this video, but he pointed out the fact that he saw a lot of car accidents in the weeks before we were hit by a texting driver. And, he thought because he was driving safe, he thought everybody was driving safe. But that is not true. Everybody is not driving safely. Everybody's not thinking about that. I mean, yeah, people study for their license. Everybody reads the driver's book, read every word of it. And then after that, then, you pass all the tests, you get your license. And then most people throw everything they learned out the window. How do I know? Because I see it every single day when my fiance is driving and I'm in the passenger seat. Hell, we both see stuff. We see people, stopping on green lights. I mean, red means stop, green means go. You know what I mean? People doing 10 miles under the speed limit, people trying to get you stuck at a stoplight so they can go. I mean, this is ridiculous. A lot of people are not thinking about how important it is these days to drive. Focus on driving fully to get to where you have to go to first. Then, read your messages. I have a certain bias about people who text and drive because me and my fiance were rear-ended by somebody who did that. This person could have had their phone in their trunk and then waited till they got to where they were going, then start reading the phone, okay? But, a lot of people don't really think about this stuff until it happens to someone close to them. For anybody watching, you can be this person. And I see this all the time. So when I'm driving or my fiance is driving, a lot of the times what happens is that a kid, some kids will be playing ball, okay? They'll be playing like a kickball or baseball, football, whatever, in their yard and in their family's yard. And a lot of times what happens is somehow or another, the ball rolls into the street, is thrown into the street by accident. And what kids do is they will run out into the street. One kid, it can be a boy, it can be a little girl, runs into the street. The child paying attention only to the ball, they're just trying to get the ball, so they won't get in trouble because their parents probably told them, don't run out into the street, but they're trying to do it real quick, get the ball so that, their mom or dad won't yell at them. Well, because the kid is focusing on the ball only, then, somebody driving down the street who sees the ball, they may see the ball, but if you're texting and driving, right? Let's say you're the person in the car, you're texting and driving, the kid goes down, bends down to get the ball, and then bam, you hit that kid. And then you look up, oh, what happened? What happened? And then, you see the other kids run out the street, kids are screaming, their parents come outside, they're shocked about what they're seeing. You get out the car and look and realize, oh my God, I hit this kid. Then the phone is not important anymore. What's important now is that you realize, oh man, I messed up. I hit this kid. Oh man, what's gonna happen now? And what's gonna happen now is that the kid's parents are gonna call the police. And when they call the police, then you're gonna be arrested because you hit a kid and you're texting and driving while you do that. Now, I don't know about the laws where you guys are, but if the police come and they find out what happened, more likely than not, they're going to have you in handcuffs for you to sit in their police car. And, some of them, based off what they may see, they may just arrest you. And then, you'll be going off to jail and what are you going to do then? I think if people were thinking about the fact that they can hit somebody's kid, then they would be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I want to be aware of what's in my surroundings. But because there's all these notifications out there, then people are just, they want to be up on things so much that they get lost in that until they hit a child, and then what do? Now, I've seen something else happen. So me and my fiance, we lived in a city called Maplewood in our local area. And I believe we were just sitting in the car looking at a road. And actually, no, we were driving down the street. That's what happened. We were driving down the street going this way. And that's the trajectory of traffic is going down this way. So, we got over to the left, and we saw that in the middle of the street, there was this old man. We saw that his bike was laid out. He was laid out. Luckily, he had on a helmet, but he had been hit by this white girl. And she was blonde hair, blue eyes, and everything. And I guess she was surprised because she was texting and driving. And when she, heard the guy go flying and, he's laid out on the ground, the police come, people are staring at her, and they're glaring at her. Then all of a sudden, she's got her phone in her hand, then it's not, funny that she hit that old man. It's not funny then because now everybody's looking at her. And of course, people call the police, and here come the police up to her window telling her, ma'am, you need to step out the car. Now, that text message she was reading wasn't so funny, was it? It's not so entertaining, is it? But people are not thinking about that. How about something like this? How about this guy? I'm just thinking. So a girl is waiting for her mom to pick her up from high school. Most kids at her school will be totally embarrassed about this, but the girl was waiting because it was a special day. Her and her mom and her dad are supposed to go out to dinner, and it's supposed to be a really expensive restaurant that the family is going to. And the girl, is waiting for her mom, and normally her mom would be there at her school about 3:30. 3:30 turns into 4. 4:30 turns into 5. 5:30 turns into 6. The girl gets worried, so she, tries to call her mom. Let's see what's going on. Mom doesn't answer. So the girl calls her dad. Dad picks up, and the girl says, well, Dad, Mom hasn't come and picked me up. What's going on? And then Dad has to say, well, honey, your mom was going to pick you up a nice, dress to wear out to the restaurant with us. And when she was walking across the street, somebody ran the light and hit your mom. And now, I'm on the way to the hospitals to see her condition. I spoke with a police officer that's on the scene, and he said that your mom is in critical condition. So don't give up hope, but the police officer doesn't think your mom's going to make it. That is an unsettling story, right? Mom's going to buy a dress for her daughter, gets the dress, somebody runs the red light, and hits mom, and now she's in critical condition. This is a mom, and moms and daughters have really tight relationships, really tight. And now, because somebody hit the mom, she's in critical condition. And the person who hit the mom is a guy, who had kids in the car, and he was trying to rush to drop his kids off to his parents' house because he has to go to work. And for him, you know, he was embarrassed. You know, he was embarrassed because he didn't think it could happen to him, you know. So he ran the light. And he ran the light because, you know, a block before he got to the light where the mom was crossing the street, he got a text message from his girlfriend, and she was telling him, you know, he better not be late for work again, better not, because if he loses his job, then, you know, she's going to kick him to the curb. And so, you know, he was reading, you know, he got the message. He looked on his phone, didn't see that it was the red light, phone in hand, still getting to the end of the message. And then he hit the lady, and then there you go. And this guy, police came, you know, guy was trying to flee the scene. And then they said, sir, you're going to have to get out the car. You know, he's like, well, sir, we're going to have you go downtown with us. You know, you hit a lady, you weren't paying attention, and, you know, you're going to have to come down to the precinct with us. Didn't go very well for him because he hit a person trying to flee the scene. And now, you know, he has lost his kids. And he's in jail waiting to be charged. And of course, his girlfriend found out, and girlfriend, you know, dumps him anyway. And now he's kind of left to see what happens. Crazy thing, though, is his girlfriend was the sister of the lady who got hit. So, because, you know, it was one thing that she said he hit the lady, but the fact that that was her relative, she was like, oh, hell no. And now it was over. Now he's sitting in jail, waiting to, you know, go before a judge. Everybody hates him because his identity came out. You know, when he was going from the jail to the court, people were trying to, you know, grabbing at him and wanting to kill him. You know, yeah. Not a fun story. Not a fun story at all. But, you know, texting and driving, you can wait to get that message. Like I tell girls, you can put your purse in your trunk, have your phone in your purse, and then when you get to where you're going, you can open your trunk, get your bag, and have your phone in it, and then you go where you got to go. You know, I understand you want to go on a date with somebody and you're meeting them and you're trying to get information, you know, while you're driving, but it's not worth that. It's not worth hitting somebody's kid. It's not worth hitting their grandparent, their parents. It's not worth hitting somebody in either way. It's not worth it to do that. You know, there's better things we can be doing. I know, you know, in cars, people have those things like this, like, that's like, it allows you to have your phone in there, like just sitting on it like this. But, I think, yeah, it's like a thing like this in your car, and it like sits like that. I know that, you know, people have those things, but still, if I'm looking at my phone, like I would be in the car, if I'm looking at my phone, I'm still zooming into that message, and I'm not looking at what's in front of my view. Now, what people really need to be worried about in terms of the whole texting and driving thing is the new technology that are in cars. You know, the new cars that come out, how do people not know if in the future they have devices where if, you know, let's say You buy a new car. How do people know that in the future there won't be cameras in the car to watch you? And it'll be watching you while you're texting. And if you cause an accident, then how do you know that that won't be the end of, you driving in the future? I mean, things are getting more and more sophisticated, so it may get there, it may be that in future technology that the car can look at you through, like it can has a video feed that goes to your local police department. And if you hit somebody, it shuts down and there you are stuck until the police get there. I mean, people have to realize that this stuff can actually happen. It really can happen. You can actually hurt somebody by texting and driving. Me and my fiance are hurt from the person rear-ending us, and we're still recovering. I mean, this started off beginning of April, and now we're at the end of May, and we're still trying to heal, and it hasn't been an easy road. It just really has not. I'll probably do a video on how we've been doing so far, but we're still dealing with injuries because of somebody. Next time you drive, think about who can be out there, and think about it like it can be your child, your spouse, your parent, your grandparent, your best friend. Think about it being those people that you can hit. Some people, it's happened to them where they've backed up and they ran over somebody they loved. And when they got out and saw what happened, I can't imagine how that person must have felt with everybody staring at them and the shame and guilt they must have felt. My advice to you guys, like when I'm driving, I don't text and drive. What I do is, I know I've been like changing music like on my phone and stuff, but even, I could even do better with trying to have a playlist for when I drive so I don't have to look down at the phone, So I know what I can do is, have that playlist for when I'm going to be driving, and just have the phone in my glove box. What I do is put your phone on silent. I don't mean vibration, but I mean silent, so that when you get to where you're going, then you can check your messages and stuff like that when you get to where you're going. Think about, people out there. Think about somebody in your family getting hit because, you weren't paying attention or whatever. Think about that. And there's other people, maybe you may not be the person who caused an accident, but somebody may hit you that was texting and driving, and then they get upset because, you're hurt because they have to take time out of their day to, answer questions from police and stuff like that. They may blame you, but it's not even your fault, I mean, a lot of emotions come up when it comes to accidents. Some people are on the crazy, crazy side where they're like irate and they want to fight you because you're injured. And it shouldn't be like that, but you have some people out there who don't care, So, takeaways. Ladies, put your phone in your purse, in your trunk. If you can't use your trunk, put your purse in the back seat with your phone in it on silent. Then when you get to where you're going, then, you take your purse out with your phone. Don't take your phone out when you're walking, like when you're walking across the street or walking through a sidewalk. Don't do that. Wait till you get inside of a building like your home, okay? Or, your apartment, your house. Wait till you do that, because ladies, if you're walking in and you're looking like you're looking down at your phone, somebody could be watching you go into your house. And that can start a whole stalking thing. And that's not something you want to happen, because stalkers, they go by, you not paying attention. If you go into your apartment, ladies, and you go in and you're looking around, then they won't be taking that time out to look at you. The really crazy ones will. And of course, at that situation, you have to kind of set up a strategy to try to mitigate that. Same thing goes for you gentlemen as well. When you can put your phone in your glove box. Once you turn your car off, it's parked. You can take phone out, throw it in your pocket. I know as guys, you don't put your phone in you don't put it in your, I know you don't put it in your wallet or anything like that, but you can have your phone on you. When you get into where you're going, then you can look at the phone, because guys, you can still be stalked. You still can be. I lived in an apartments, and I know that there's crazy people that live in there, and some of those people don't give a damn. They'll just be there because they want to fight, and that's why I say be vigilant, because you want to be aware of people watching you. Even when they know you're looking, they're still doing it. You want to watch out for that. Drive safely, pay attention to what's happening. Yes, even if you're not on your phone, texting and driving, you can still be hit by somebody, and this person, they may not get mad at you, but they'll probably, start off calm, but then they'll go crazy, or they'll get overly nice, after they've, hit you and you're injured. So, you got to watch out for this kind of stuff. But, before I end it, for anybody, if you have been hit by a texting driver, I'm sorry you've gone through that. If you're somebody that you watch this video and then you find that, you're walking across the street, somebody slams into you, runs you over, and they're texting and driving, I'm sorry about that too. Everybody has to work together to make sure that, their neighborhoods are safe, and that happens by everybody saying, okay, you know what, we're not going to allow texting and driving, and you can do things, you can go to your state capitol and go there and, have petitions to say, hey, we want to make texting and driving illegal, and if somebody does do it, they're going to catch a criminal record. It's not very fun to catch a criminal record, when, you hurt somebody else. So something to think about, starting a petition, taking your state capitol so you can have a law about texting and driving. That's good. You can also, if you have a petition, say that, if somebody hits somebody, they were texting and driving, that, this person loses their license forever. People will think when stuff happens, so they will, if they know they're going to lose their license if they're texting and driving, they won't be doing it. If they know that, they'll never be able to operate a vehicle, they won't do it. If they know that they know that everybody that they know is going to know that they did something, they're not going to do it. They're not going to. If you make the punishment more for something, then people won't do it. Like when people talk about poaching of wild animals. Okay. Well, for poaching, what I think is I think people will stop poaching if they're found guilty of killing an animal, and then, instead of just being able to poach the animal, they have a punishment of they die, then they won't do it. And a person would think, oh man, if I poach this animal, then I can get killed. Oh no, I'm not trying to risk that. You know what I mean? Greater punishment in that regard, people won't do it. You know, same thing with like drunk driving. A person won't drink and drive if they realize that, let's say, what's the punishment like that? Let's say if they drink and drive, then what's the way of punishment? Let's say I'm trying to think about what would be a punishment for drinking and driving. I'm thinking. But anyway, let me think it out real quick because I'm tired. If somebody's drinking and driving, and then, you know, if they're found guilty of it, a consequence of them not being able to, let's say a consequence of them not being able to get a job in their state anymore, you know, and not just their state, but let's say they won't be able to have their job anymore in across the industry. They won't be able to do it anymore, you know. Let's say maybe if a person drinks and drives, then they won't be able to get an education. You know, they will be shut down from being able to go to school. So they won't be able to get a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, PhD, doctorate degree. They won't be able to get any of that stuff because then, you know, then it'll be more serious, you know. I think when you have more serious punishments, then people don't do it, you know. They don't even try it anymore, you know. So you guys can take what I've said seriously. You don't have to, but I just thought I would make this video just to let you guys know that texting and driving does hurt people and it can kill people. And who wants to be that person who gets a bad rep because you was texting and driving and you hurt somebody? Like you killed somebody's kid. And now everybody knows. And everywhere you go, people are giving you cold stares. Nobody's trying to talk to you. And nobody's trying to give you a chance. Like with a job, they're not trying to even do anything for you because everybody looks at you like you're the black sheep and that you're evil, you know, and that a person so, you know, people are so outraged that they're trying to kill you. I mean, that's not very comfortable. So guys and girls, please stop texting and driving. Think that somebody out there that you know, family members can get hit and, you know, it could be with somebody who is texting and driving. And now you have to deal with the reality of it. But where you can start is not texting and driving and taking little actions so that you can be safe when you drive, so that you can keep people you know safe and you can pass it on to other people so they can do the same thing too. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. If you stayed to the end, you were awesome, and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.